Good day, lords and ladies, and surprise, surprise, welcome to Battle Brothers Beasts and Expedition DLC. This is going to be a sneak peek at the campaign, well, at the DLC for Battle Brothers. And this is also the reason why my Battle Brothers series ended the way it did. I was a member of the beta testing group, and to do the beta testing on the game, it meant that my current game's saves became corrupted, and I could not get them back. And unfortunately, I did not have the technical wherewithal within me to make a backup saves of my earlier game files, so that's why this had to come to an end. Disclaimer, folks, this game is still being beta tested, so there will be glitches, there will be bugs, and there will be bits and pieces. And of course, this current iteration will not represent the final release, so things may or will change between now and the full release of the product. If you see any bugs, if you see any glitches, if you see anything that you think is a bit strange and isn't working the way you think it is, and I don't notice it, please leave it in the comment section. I shall pass it on to developers, and they will be very, very, very happy to see this. Now, there's a whole bunch of stuff we're going to go into. So, first things first. Before I do anything else, I just need to do one thing. Sorry about that. Yes, so this is Battle Brothers, the Beast and Expedition DLC. It adds a whole host of very lovely features into the game. We're just going to check to make sure I go through. Make sure everything is working fine. Always hide trees. I'm going to turn off the faster AI movement because it's smaller. I always have auto loot on. Reset equipment after battle. That's always very good. That's all done. VSync. Now we should be okay. Everything's done and dusted. Maybe just turn the master volume down a tad. Right. So new campaign. We are going to be the sons of Kurno. Now, permanent destruction. This is the thing I always find a bit hit and miss. Cities, towns, and castles can be permanently destroyed during later game crises, and have the world go down in flames is one of the many ways you can lose the campaign. It is recommended you have it on. I am going to do a random late game crises. We probably won't get to that stage. Now we can go through the standards. There has been one added if you basically backed it and you bought the DLC for this. There's not the DLC, but there's one that you can pre-order. There's two things I should say. There's one that you can pre-order, which is a standard DLC, and upon popular demand from the player base, there was an enhanced DLC released, which basically gives you a new banner, a couple of new skins and various bits and pieces, like paints to your shields. And it was there predominantly because the fan base wanted people to have the chance to help support the developers more, which is very nice. So we're going to go with our standard build here. We're going to have this. I do like this banner. Our map seed, for those who are interested in playing in the world, is CBZQNINPSI. I'll say that again. CBZQNINPSI. We're going to do it. I'm going to basically do it on beginner difficulty, medium funds. I'm not going to do it on Iron Man purely to do with the fact, folks, that we have. This is basically a beta build. So if there's bugs, glitches, or crashes, I want to be able to extract the file documents to show the developers. Combat difficulty will go beginner. I do beginner because as I said, this game is unbalanced at the moment. Well, it's not unbalanced, but it's a little bit. It's not as polished as it could be, so we want to be careful about going into encounters that we think is going to be fine. Plus, as I said, bugs. We don't want to basically go into an encounter that's supposed to be fine, and then there's a bug that makes it much more difficult. So I'd rather do it beginner. Everything beginner. We'll do starting funds as medium, and we'll keep an eye out for anything to help the developers, because anything we can do to help the developers helps us, the players, eventually. It all went wrong. 2 days ago, the company was hired to track down Hogarth the Weasel and his band of raiders, but it was them who found them first. Right, so this is the basic introduction. I've gone through this several times, so I won't. We basically have been ambushed. I've taken an arrow to the chest, and I'm lying on the floor bleeding. A lot of the company is getting butchered where they stand, and this is a final fight to the end, folks. Okay. There goes the captain. No, well, that goes the sergeant. There goes the captain, and the captain gets gutted. Ooh, they've got shields. This is going to be bad. Yeah, this is bad. This is actually a really bad setup. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, so before we get into the thing I said so often, new features, you have end the current round, have all your men skip their turn until the next round starts, which basically means that if you want to basically just like set up your shield wall, you have everybody set up and you just want to skip, you can do that, or you can do this typical like make it pause from player to player. We're going to have him go up here. Just a second, he needs to get. This is actually a really bad. No, we don't want to do that. This is like really bad, to be honest. I don't like this particular setup we're in right now. The enemy composition is relatively nasty. Right, so we've got to reload, which isn't great. He blocks, which isn't great. Yeah, this is like a really bad setup. That was what I was worried about. Because we just can't get through these shields. Take that. Take that. He took a spear to the gut. Let me decapitate him. So we took a little bit of damage. I'm not happy with that. We got a couple of shields and an axe, which is not too bad. Wooden shields right off the bat is actually fairly good. Got a little bit of food and some bandages. Right. They're telling us how bad the situation is. It's nice that the damage now carries over to the models. Or it might have already done so. So right, first things first, I should say. The world is bigger. The world is much bigger. If I remember correctly, it's a 30% land increase from the base game in the DLC. So you have a variety of things. You have a larger area, which means there's more stuff that can spawn, and also various interesting things. So that's all the same, which is very nice. Though you can see there has been some little changes occasionally, just little bits. I think some of the cosmetic stuff has been tweaked. I haven't had as much experience playing this DLC as I wanted to because I haven't been well. And I didn't want to basically just play it without giving my feedback, so I played it a little bit, gave a bit of feedback, and then got sick. And I've been watching the other beta testers basically providing their excellent feedback and helping the developers do stuff, which is nice. We can camp as always. Right, where's our party? First things first. So this is all the same, as you can see. They're tough. We have a tough, loyal, which is lovely. Loyal to the end and most likely and is much less likely to leave you. That's nice. There has been some new perks chucked in, which is nice. He's determined. He hasn't got anything, which sucks, besides the companion background. Now we should check out the perks, because the perks have undergone a bit of an improvement. Some of them, I can't remember which ones. I know definitely some of them have been tweaked to make them a lot less OP. Because some of them, well, not OP, but some of them were definitely ones that you had to get every single time, which can get a bit unbalanced. So there has been some reworking, I believe. Right, fortified mind. Here we go. Resilience has been changed, which means it's basically -1 to a minimum of 1 turn for bleeding, charm, various effects. Some of them have been done. I mean, as I said, a lot of these things have been tweaked. I haven't like looked into it in detail, so we'll have to basically see how this affects various tactics. It wasn't nimble. I know that it's been changed, and I'll have to look through the change logs to see what the alterations have become. But I know that a lot of the feats have been tweaked to make them more balanced in general, so you can have different builds rather than have basically preferred builds. But anyway, there we go. So he's up and about. The morale is bad, which is unsurprising. And we need to get back to base. And there's a whole host of stuff. There's new monsters, new events, new items, new weapons, new things. So we're going to get paid for this. We have unfinished business of Hogger. I always take this because it's useful as a starting player to take this event. So we got a bunch of money, not loads. I would like to get a pitchfork before anything else, really, because pole arms are very powerful. So we are going to hire some people. Right, this is one of the new features that has come into the game. You do not know unknown character traits. This character may have unknown traits. You can pay for a tryout to reveal these. So this is the thing that's changed. For example, daily wages have undergone a change. Daily wages will be paid every single day as payment for the services under your command. The wages will increase automatically by a cumulative 10% per level until a level 11, and then 3% onwards. So base pay has been tweaked, so you're going to basically need to earn a bit more money, because it's a bit more. The pay is different. And as you can see, you have now two things here. You have the upfront payment, which is basically the recruitment cost, or you have the tryout fee. This fee will be paid immediately on giving this recruit a proper inspection to reveal his character's traits. Now, you can do this. I wouldn't recommend it early on when you don't have much money, because you can really quickly burn through your money. So we probably want to hire someone who's relatively out of these two. I'm probably going to get the fisherman, because the rest don't seem that good. So we're going to grab him. He's going to be a bit more expensive. Oh, I pressed the tryout. He's afraid of beasts, which means -10 resolved in battle with beasts. Actually, that may not be great, because of the amount of beasts that's been added. I'm not really interested in a lot of these people. So I'm going to grab a pitchfork. We've got to pause. Where's the town? It's over here. The nearest town's over here, so we've got to go this way to Singoben. Actually, that's a quick thing to check. I should check the because you can normally tell if you're going to get a civil war at the beginning of the game, judging from the flavor text for these. Feared by many, a number of smaller, bigger uprisings can be put down with fire and sword. Okay. Yeah, basically these two have got a grudge between House Austin and House Pro-Winger. And these guys are tight-fisted, so that we might have a civil war as our our first early event, judging from that, because normally it can be an indicator. We're getting close. Okay. So we've got barbers, a tavern, a marketplace. We need to hire some people. Just straight up, we need someone. We need people that are actually half decent and not rubbish. Messengers are useful. Thieves, really not worth it. Tryout is 38 gold. I'm going to just straight up grab the Gravedigger. and grab the messenger as well, because he should have good fatigue. Not interested. I'm really not interested in the thief, because that will bring us trouble. Killer on the run is even worse. But a tryout of 51 gold is quite expensive. Caravan guard, or caravan hand to be exact, and he's going to be expensive. I'll try him out. He's got melee dexterity. He's pessimist, which is not always good. But dexterity isn't too bad, and he's not too expensive, so we'll grab him. So, what have we got? We've got Reinhardt. He's afraid of green skins, which means he's 10. That's really not a great one to have. -10 resolve and in battle with green skins. Hatred for the undead. So he gets. Well, he's got. That's quite useful against the undead because obviously you get a lot of morale checks against the undead. But the green skin one is nasty. His weapon skill is okay, but he's got good resolve and an okay initiative order, so we could turn him into a bannerman. He's just a straight up messenger. He's got okay hit points. Fatigue is okay, and his weapon skill isn't bad. This guy's a beast. I mean, like his resolve, he's pessimistic, which is annoying. He's got low resolve, which isn't great, but he has got really good weapon skill, really good melee defense. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to give him a shield, hand axe. You're going to straight up get a pike, because we're probably going to turn you into a bannerman. This guy, it's no point making him a ranged unit because he's got quite low stats for that. So it's 36 isn't great. So by the time we get him up, it's not really that useful. So we're going to give him that. Let's see what we can buy him. That's not too expensive. We could get him a spear, but that's expensive. There's no armor here to speak of. This is actually not a fantastic start. Like, I'm not lying. It's a fairly bad start. I would like to hire another person, really. I might just have to hire the other fisherman. Right, so first off, we'll give him the bludgeon. What else can we give him? Thick tunic. It's not in a great condition. There's a sword bow here we can get for market value and a quiver of arrows. That might be useful. So, yeah, let's get those. And we'll grab... Who do you want to grab? Probably... Oh, he's got fear of beast. Well, if he has fear of beast, we should just have to bite the coin and take it. I'm not happy with it, but... So what's he like? That's his only redeeming feature, is it? His melee is okay. That's not great. I really wanted another archer. There's no point leveling him up because we'd have to put a lot of points. If you think about it, the maximum you're going to get from this is probably... he's going to get 2 stars. He's going to get 2 points in that every turn. And so I think the maximum you can get stat upgrade each turn is like 4. So if he got a maximum every turn, he would get, by the time he got to 5th level, 5 4s, he would have like 20 points, so he would be, technically be level 6, so he'd be hitting, he'd be 56, which isn't great. Not considering when I can buff his other stuff a lot quicker. He's not fantastic, not going to lie. He's not great at all. We haven't got a lot of stuff we can give to him either, which is a pain. Some of these things have changed. You can also like add stuff to your weapons and armor to give them a distinct look, which is very nice. Right, we need to get him a shield if nothing else, so at least something we can chuck at people. Yeah, buckler, I'm not particularly happy about this. We even haven't got any helmets. So, these guys are in for a world of hurt. And there isn't a lot I can do about that. Yeah. I'm just gonna literally give him some arrows. I'll stick him in the back. And these guys can hold, and we just have to pray and shoot and hope it works. There's a lot of stuff in this game that I know a lot of the things that have been added, but I don't want to spoil it for the players, so I won't tell you about it until you see them and then I'll explain them. There is a lot of stuff, lots of new monsters. There's a mechanic that basically means that enemies know when they don't know when we're coming for them, but they can suspect, and they'll send out patrols to deal with us. Which means you can no longer just camp next to a bandit's camp and go in the next day. They will basically actively take measures against you. A few brigands and a poacher. Okay, so what are we looking at? Delay. Delay. Here comes Hogarth. Delay. These other guys, yeah, he's not got to charge straight away, which is a pain. Well, that guy is. Right, so first off, 25% chance. Miss. Miss. 41, 50. Got him in the soda. We just end turn. So I'm just a little bit used to it. I'm as unused to this as you are, so... Okay. Delay for him. He's got to charge up now to support. Get through his armor. He's done. We missed with him. Got him in the chest. He missed. He's got a charge to support as well. I'm going to flank him around so he can not get shot at. If we push in here, it will be nasty because they have higher initiative than us. And if we push in here, he'll try and get that high ground advantage. But what I can do is I can come here, kill him, move up, shield wall. Pierce his hand so he's not as effective. That sounded like an axe swing, not a spear thing to me. Kill him. Ah, they got him. In the soda as well. Turtle up, my friend. We're going to go around here so you can get the high ground advantage. Turtle, stun him. Can you get here? Not this turn, no. Right. Split his belly wide open with the high ground advantage. We can move here and shoot, but we put us at risk of the archer. got him in the arm, and then we'll run back so we're out of range. This is not going great. Right, you're going to go straight for him to try and scare him off. You can kill Hogarth. You can go and support. You can go and support. The reason we did this worked fairly well. It's going much better than I thought, to be honest. We managed to get everyone relatively okay without losing a lot of people. Who's his turn? We'll move him here. Archer, can you try shooting him? Missed. You're too hurt. But you're in range, so we can get in and stab him in the chest. He's now got morale penalties. As for the people who are first time watching this, these are action points. They're basically like units that you use, AP, that you use to do actions and movement in the game. Stamina is something that builds, like you basically have total stamina, which is 80, and actions will basically build you up stamina, and every turn you lose some fatigue. So basically this is the fatigue bar. The fatigue bar will fill up once you hit 80, you're fully fatigued, you can't do anything. And if you try and use abilities which take you beyond 80, you can't use them. Morale is basically the same thing. Morale checks trigger on occasions like killing enemies, seeing horrific monsters, seeing enemies flee, allies getting killed. You killing allies, being hit for more than 15 damage, various bits and pieces. This is like how much armor we have for the body and the head, and they absorb damage, and this is how much health we have. So he's going to yank out a club and try and swing at me. So we can take this. It will cost us 4 AP, which we can do, and it will build up 13 fatigue. We've also got a pierced leg muscle from the arrow, which means our defense is down, our initiative is down. But it doesn't matter because we still killed him. So he's going to be out of action for a little bit, which sucks. But we did get some okay stuff, which is nice. So he's now dead. We can go back to here and get paid, which is excellent. As you can see, our supplies are ticking down as we're repairing. Got a minute, Captain. This thing happens every single time. I tend to skip it nowadays because I've read it a lot. As I should say, up here you see our finances. We're paying 70 gold a day. It will last 17 more days. These are our provisions. We are using 12 provisions a day, and will last us 3 more days if the provisions do not spoil. Provisions spoil. We have tools. It would take us 4 hours to acquire 2 tools to repair all our equipment, arrows, and then we have medical supplies. One of our men is injured. Heal all your men would take between 2 to 5 days and require between 2 to 5 medical supply, which is not fantastic to be honest, but still. You're rewarded 400 crowns. We can go to the healer. I'm going to this early on in the game because I can't afford for him to be out. We've got to pay for him to get healed, which means that from now on, he'll now, instead of it being between 3 to 5 days to be healed, it will now be healed between 1 to 2 days, which is nice. This chappy here, his weapon skill is relatively high, so I'm going to give him a sword and a shield because he's got relatively good weapon skill. Actually, this guy's got even better weapon skill. As is, you normally want to give your highest weapon user something that's like a falchion, something like that. Which is more like a weapon-based thing. I'm going to give him the spear. Who's got actually the lowest? He does. So he gets the spear because spears have an increased chance to hit. If you see here, has a 20% chance to hit, which is nice because that's only with spears, which is very useful. We have daggers. Daggers can be useful. You tend to want to give them to your highest weapon skill people. They allow you to basically to kill people and take their gear without damaging it too much, which is important. We shall also equip the bandages. The thing you will notice now is this, folks. The bandages go down here rather than how they used to be up here. This is because now you have like necklaces and various bits and pieces that go into slots, so they removed bandages and added them to here. That's everything. I'm not going to sell this here. We'll take the signet ring to town to sell it because you get better prices in settlements. I will though sell the clubs and the buckler because I don't really have much use for it. But yes. This is our press spacebar to pause, and this is our first look at the Beast and Expedition DLC for Battle Brothers. Do not worry, the Age of Fear Let's Play that normally has this slot will be here. I'm just going to be shuffled, so the Age of Fear Let's Play will be on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and Battle Brothers will actually wait. I'm just trying to figure out in my head. No, I got it the wrong way around, sorry. Battle Brothers will be on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Age of Fear will be Mondays and Fridays. And Pillars of Eternity will be on Wednesdays, but will be longer as a result, since we're not doing it 3 times a week at the moment. You will have probably a 45-minute video for Pillars of Eternity. But for now, folks, we are going to save, campaign, new save. We shall call it Let's Play. We saved. We shall quit. And here we're back at the screen. I hope you have all enjoyed. I am looking forward to showing this off. I haven't had very much chance to look at the DLC for this because I haven't been well. But I really look forward to getting back into this game, and I hope if you see anything or if you see any bugs or glitches, please let me know. I've been Cornish-Knight, this has been Battle Brothers Beasts and Exploration DLC Sneak Peek, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.